How are we doing out there, 49ers faithful? Drew Kerr, 49ers Sports Talk. Today I wanted to talk about some trade possibilities and some of the cap situations that are going on. They're sort of looming over the Niners 2024 season. And I'm just going to get right into it. See you on the other side. Okay, before we talk about any trade possibilities, let's talk about the potential of kicking the can down the road another season and restructuring some of the larger contracts. Here's some of the top 5 cap hits in order from high to low. Trent Williams is set to make 28.6. That's his cap hit. Deebo Samuel, 28.6 million. Eric Armstead, 28.3 million. Fred Warner, 24.4 million, and George Kittle, 21.9. The next 3 most expensive contracts are Mooney Ward, Javon Hargrave, and Nick Bosa. The only potential trades that I can see are Ayuk and Greenlaw. Ayuk set to make in his 5th-year option $14 million. Greenlaw's a little bit over $9 million. And they could extend him and make his cap hit less by paying more guaranteed money. Greenlaw was likely to get an extension this season, but that might be off the table now considering the Achilles injury. They most likely want to see how he bounces back before making a longer-term commitment. So D. Winters and Jalen Graham might come into play here. D. Winters' film at TCU was phenomenal. If you go back and check it out, he was just killing it at TCU. I think if the right DC gets in and Johnny Holland stays the linebacker coach, they can really get a lot out of him. And also Jalen Graham flashed in the preseason and kind of got mixed in a little bit here and there. Below Greenlaw, all the contracts are nothing too crazy. Juice is making $7.5 million. Brendel's making a little over $4 million. And Oliver's making $3.8. I could see them potentially moving off of Oliver just because that was a Steve Wilkes guy. There's a way to move off of his contract that could help clear up just a little bit, if possible. As of now, the Niners are in a small bind with the cap, and most certainly we'll be doing some reshuffling, whether it's restructuring, pushing money down the road, or trading some of the tradable players with their corresponding contracts away. If Brandon Ayuk is traded, obviously they'll need to replace him. They may extend Jawan Jennings for less than what they would have to pay Ayuk. If they do extend Ayuk, it might be a situation where they kind of structure it similar to Bosa's contract, minimize the cap hit. In the front end, they've been backloading a lot of these contracts and then restructuring. So we've seen that happen with Parag Maraith. He's sort of a mastermind at putting the puzzle together with all the numbers and figuring it out. You just have to have players that are willing to do that. And have it make sense for them and their lives and their family because there is a business side apart from the game. A lot of people are up in arms with Brandon Ayuk and all this and his family members making all these comments and stuff about him wanting out. It has not come directly from his mouth. The only thing he has said is remember who got you there. And I think that's just sort of a posturing. That's just leverage. That's something that, I think is going to be vital in him getting the extension and getting him potentially Deebo Samuel money. I'm not sure that the Niners want to put $50 million a year or more on a cap hit for 2 wide receivers. So unfortunately, I think that wide receiver room might take a hit. If they do move on from Ayuk, they're going to use the block. They're going to lose the blocking downfield potentially. Maybe a rookie can come in and be somewhat good. Obviously, in Kyle Shanahan's system, no block, no rock. So that being said, I think that, Ayuk is, I think it's more likely than people think from the Niners to move off of him. There's a lot of pros and cons to both sides of it. But I think financially, I think the Niners are going to be forced to really figure that portion of it out. Same thing with Greenlaw. I think if it's going to be really hard to see what Greenlaw is. It's going to be very hard to justify giving him an extension with the Achilles tear in the Super Bowl. I think that he's going to potentially be a trade candidate too. As much as we all love Dre Greenlaw, as much of a great tandem that him and Fred Warner are, Fred and him are boys, they're brothers. An Achilles, especially for a linebacker, is a really hard injury to come back from. Aaron Rodgers could do it as a quarterback. He's not moving as much, but a linebacker, just you need to be able to drop on a dime, shift on a dime, similar to a running back. You need to be able to cut and move very aggressively. And so it's very hard for me to envision us getting Dre Greenlaw before the injury back for the 2024 season. So I expect to see a lot of Jalen Graham, a lot of D. Winters getting mixed in. They might consider bringing Azeez Al-Shire back into the fold since he's a free agent. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of things on the table. The Niners do like homegrown talent. They do like to draft. They do like to find gems. On day 3 of the draft, they found several, from Dre Greenlaw to George Kittle, Elijah Mitchell, a lot of these guys that they have found, Talanoa Hufanga in the later rounds. So I trust this draft department, and I think that there's a lot to consider for them. There's a lot going on right now. The good thing about making it to the Super Bowl is it's a very quick turnaround to the 2024 season. It doesn't give people a lot of time to really, get into their emotions and feel bad and stuff like that. It's right back into the 2024 season. I guarantee you, John Lynch has been, hitting the ground running. Kyle Shanahan has, he's probably going to take a couple weeks off, but he's going to get right back into it. He's going to get right back into watching film. He's going to help the scouting department. He's going to have his input as to how this draft's going to go. There's 11 picks in this draft. There could be more if they do trade a few different pieces, and they could move up and down the board if there's players that they see that's a good fit for the team. Anyhow, I'm just going to keep it short and sweet today. I thank you guys for being here. Please like and subscribe. It will help the channel grow, obviously. If you're a diehard Niners fan like me and want more content like this, please do so. Thanks, guys.